Good morning, class 8th. Now, this is your English session for chapter number 1. Okay? And what is the name of the chapter? The name of the chapter is The Best Christmas Present in the World. What is the name of the chapter? The name of the chapter is Best Christmas Present in the World. Okay, in this chapter we will read a small story about Jim and his wife Connie. How did Connie get the best Christmas present in the world? Okay, and through whom? Right? You are not going to write down anything from these because this is the chapter from your book Honeydew. Okay, just listen to the chapter, listen to the explanation, listen to the story. Okay, and in next session we'll do with the exercise. At that time you have to answer some of the questions on your own. So that's why pay attention to the lesson very carefully, but no need of writing down the explanation which is there. Okay, let's move to the story. The author found a roll-top desk in a junk shop. Junk shop means a scrap shop, you can say, where you can find an old, where you can find the old things which you need, second-hand goods which are not much more expensive. You can get it in a cheap rate. Okay, so that is called a junk shop. The author found a roll-top desk. Now, what is a roll-top desk? Roll-top desk means the one which rolls from the top. Okay, the one which rolls from the top and which is flexible in moving from all the sides. Okay, so an author found a roll-top desk in a junk shop. It was in a bad condition. Okay, the roll-top desk which he found was in a very bad condition. But he thought that if he could get this roll-top desk, he could restore it. Restore it means he could make it new again. So he bought it. He began to work on it on Christmas Eve. What did he started doing? He started repairing it, started restoring that roll-top desk on the Christmas Eve. He pulled out the drawers. Now that roll-top desk had drawers. Okay, he found that it had been badly damaged by fire and water. Now that roll-top desk was fully damaged. And how was it damaged? It was damaged by fire and water. Okay, the man who sold it had said him that it was very old. Now the table from where the author had bought the table, the place from where the author had bought the table, the man who sold the table had told the author that the table is very old. It was of 19th century and made of oak. The table was of the 19th century. The last drawer was stuck fast. All the drawers opened, but the last drawer was very stiff. It could not open so easily. He had to use much force to open it. When it opened, it revealed a secret space. When the last drawer opened, there was a secret space inside. In it, he found a small tin box. When the last drawer opened, in that there was a small tin box. On the top of the box, these words were written. The box which the author had found had something written on it. What was it written? Jim's last letter received January 25, 1915. What was it written? It was written that the letter was of Jim, and it was Jim's last letter received on January 25, 1915. To be buried with me when the time comes. And more it was written on it. To be buried with me means to be buried. That letter should be buried with someone who had written the letter. Okay. Inside there was an envelope. Now more inside that tin was an envelope. And it had an address. What address did it have? It had the address Mrs. Jim McPherson, 12 Copper Beaches, Bridport, and the date was December 26, 1940. Okay. So here the author found a roll top desk. He brought that desk home and started restoring it. While he was restoring, he found a drawer. When he opened that drawer, in that drawer he found a tin box. On that tin box it was written that Jim's last letter, okay, received on January 25th, 1915, and the letter should be buried with Connie when time comes. Connie is Jim's wife. And inside that tin box there was a letter, and in that letter an address was written. On that letter, an address was written, and that address was Jim McPherson, Mrs. Jim McPherson, 12 Copper Beaches, Bridport, and it also had a date. The date was December 26, 1914. Okay. Now further, the author started reading the letter. The author read the letter. The owner of the desk must have put in it. Now what did the author think? The author thought that this letter must have been put by the owner of the desk. The letter had been written by the captain of the English army. Now who had written the letter? The letter was written by an captain of the English army. His name was Jim McPherson. What was the name? The name was Jim McPherson. He had written it to his wife Connie, and the letter was written by Jim McPherson, and he had written that letter to his wife Connie. A wonderful incident had happened on the battlefield on the Christmas day. Okay. Now when the author started reading the letter, he came to know that the letter was written by Jim McPherson, and the letter was written to Connie, who was Jim's wife. Okay. Jim McPherson has mentioned a incident that had happened on the Christmas day. Jim McPherson had narrated it in his letter, and in that letter Jim McPherson had narrated that wonderful incident which had happened on the battlefield on the Christmas day. Okay. Now this incident was an unforgettable moment for Jim. So Jim wanted this incident to be shared with his wife. As he was in the battlefield, directly he couldn't share this. So what did he do? He wrote a letter to his wife and narrated the whole incident in that letter. Now Jim started writing the letter and narrated the incident. How did he? He started writing, the English and the Germans were at war. At that time, when Jim was writing the letter at that period, in that period, the English and Germans were at the war. They were fighting with each other. The two armies stood in their respective trenches. Okay? What is trenches? Trenches is a long narrow ditch. Long narrow ditch means you can say a long narrow type hole has been dug. Okay, but it is not round, it is long. Okay, dug by troops to provide a place or shelter from enemy fire. Okay, you must have seen in the movies. In reality you must have not seen, but in the movies you must have seen when the two armies of different countries, when they fight with each other, they hide in a long narrow ditch. That long narrow ditch is known as trench. Okay, so the two armies stood in their respective trenches on the two sides of no man's land. What is no man's land? No man's land means disputed ground between the front lines or trenches of two opposing armies. Okay, the space between the two opposite armies. Okay, that is called the no man's land. The piece of land unowned or wasteland, you can say. Okay, so here Jim is telling to his wife Connie that the armies were standing in their respective trenches. Suddenly Macpherson saw someone waving a white flag from the enemy side. Now what of a sudden Macpherson saw? Macpherson was the captain of the army. He saw that someone from the opposite side means someone from the enemy side, from the German side, was waving white flag. Waving means he was just moving the white flag. Then he saw many German soldiers calling out to them. When he saw someone waving the flag, he also saw that many German were calling out them. Okay. And what was it? They were wishing a happy Christmas to the English soldiers. What were the Germans doing? The Germans were wishing happy Christmas to the English soldiers. Some English soldiers shouted back, same to you. Now to this reply, okay, the Germans, when they wished, the English soldiers also shouted back, okay, that same to you. The English thought that was all. Now the English thought that now they have wished us, this is all. Okay, fine, it was Christmas, so they have wished us. To their surprise, they saw many Germans moving towards them. Okay, now why were they surprised? They were surprised because both the armies, both the Germans and English were the enemies of each other. Okay, when all of a sudden they saw the Germans moving towards them, they were a bit surprised. The captain was alarmed. The captain now had to be alarmed. Alarmed means in a sort of, you can say, like the captain was all of a sudden, when such thing he started seeing that the enemies are coming towards them. Okay, he thought that they must have come for an attack or something. So he got alarmed, he got frightened, okay, disturbed with this action. It would be a trick. He also thought that by wishing it must be a trick, or they may attack by this. But it was not. But it wasn't. The Germans had not come to attack. They were bringing with them German wine and canned meat. The Germans had bought, what did they bring? They bought the wine and canned meat so that they could have a party with the English soldiers. Now their were no rifles between the soldiers. The Germans did not bring any kind of weapons with them. They only bought the canned meat and German wine with them. Now there were no rifles between the soldiers. They all were now like the friends. Now there was no German, no English. Everybody was like a human being and they were celebrating the Christmas. They were hugging one another and the German officer moved towards Macpherson. Macpherson was the German captain of, English captain of the English army, and German officer, the German captain, okay, his name was Hans Wolf, okay, he moved towards Macpherson. They both shook their hand very warmly, okay, and then what did the German officer do? The German officer started giving his introduction. What did he say? He said that he was from Dusseldorf. It is the name of a place. And that he played cello in the orchestra. What did the German officer say? The German officer said that he was from Dusseldorf and he used to play cello. Cello is a musical instrument in the orchestra. He gave his name as Hans Wolf. Now he gave his further introduction that I am Hans Wolf. My name is Hans Wolf. In return, Macpherson also introduced himself. Now when you get introduction from someone, while you are talking to someone and some person gives you the introduction of himself or herself, you are also to give your introduction, who you are, from where you are, what do you do. Such kind of introduction is to be given. Okay. In return, Macpherson also introduced him. He said that he was a teacher from Dorset. What did Macpherson say? Macpherson said that before joining army, English army, he was a teacher from Dorset. What is Dorset? Dorset is a name of a place. Now hearing the place name Dorset, okay, what happened? Hans Wolf smiled. Why did he smile? Hans Wolf smiled when he heard the name Dorset. Why? Because he knew Dorset. Because Hans Wolf knew Dorset. He knew what is Dorset. It is a place. In fact, he had never been to England. Dorset is a place in England. Hans Wolf, the German captain, had never been to Dorset before. But he knew English. His favorite writer was Thomas Hardy. But he had heard about Dorset. So when he heard the name of Dorset from Macpherson, he gave a smile. Further, he said that he also knew how to speak English. He said that his favorite writer was Thomas Hardy, and his favorite book was Far from the Madding Crowd. Okay, it was from there he had learned all about Dorset. Okay, how did Hans Wolf came to know about the place Dorset? Hans Wolf came to know about the place Dorset from the book Far from the Madding Crowd. He had read that book, and in that book he came to know all about Dorset. Macpherson shared with Hans Wolf the Christmas cake his wife had sent for him. Now further, Jim Macpherson shared the cake which Connie had sent for him on the Christmas. Hans Wolf said that the marzipan was the best he had ever tasted. What is marzipan? Marzipan is a cake, okay? A sweet yellow or white paste of ground almonds, sugar and egg whites, okay, used to coat cakes or to make confectionery. Fine, you can say marzipan is a type of a cake. And what did Jim Macpherson say? Jim Macpherson shared the Christmas cake which his wife had sent with Hans Wolf. After eating the cake, Hans Wolf said that this was the best marzipan, best cake he had ever tasted. It was a wonderful Christmas party. Now the party was going on between the Germans and the English. They had forgotten all their enmity, and only they were celebrating the Christmas. Okay. Now the party was going on. They were having everything. Right. Then what happened? Then a soldier brought out a football. A German soldier went and bought a football. The soldiers played while Macpherson and Hans Wolf clapped and cheered. Okay, now both the soldiers, both the army soldiers, which army soldiers? The English and the German soldiers. What did they start doing? They started playing a match, and both the captain, Macpherson and Hans Wolf, they were standing and they were just cheering the soldiers. Hans Wolf suggested that the world would be much better if the problems were resolved by a football match instead of a war. What did Hans Wolf say? Hans Wolf said that how nice it would be if the wars or the problems would have been resolved by a match instead of fighting with each other. Because in a war, in a fight, many people are killed. So if we want to resolve any problem, if we want to solve any problem, it is so good if there was only a match between the two armies, and the army which won, the army who won will be the winner, and the match and the fight is over. It should be like that. Okay, so this was a thought of Hans Wolf. Now the match was going on, everything was going on, but it had to end. The match ended, the party ended. Further, what happened? Further, after all the football match, drinks, everybody had to depart. Now it was time to part. Hans Wolf saluted Macpherson and walked away slowly and unwillingly. Unwillingly means who wants to fight? Nobody likes the fight. Whether it is a war also, or whether it is any kind of fight also. Nobody wants to fight. Nobody likes it. Okay? So, Hans Wolf did not wanted to go, but unwillingly he walked away. That night, the Germans were heard singing a carol. What is a carol? Carol is a religious folk song, okay? Or you can say a popular hymn. Like we Hindus have the bhajans and everything, sloks, same, okay? So, the Germans that night, which night? The night when they had a party, the Germans were singing a carol. The English soldiers replied with a rousing chorus of another carol. Means the Germans were singing the carol from their side, and the English also replied with a rousing chorus. Rousing chorus means all of together. They exchanged carols for a while, and then it was all silence. This happened for some time, and then there was a silence everywhere. Macpherson wrote in his letter that he would treasure those moments of his life. Now that was a very good incident. Fighting is not a good incident. Nobody likes to share that moment, or nobody likes to store that moment, treasure that moment. But this Christmas night incident, Macpherson wanted to treasure it. He wanted to share it, so he wrote it in his letter. And further, he wrote to his wife that, Connie, this was such a wonderful experience and such a wonderful moment that I would like to treasure these moments all of my life. Okay. Now at the end, what was the hope? What was Macpherson hoping? Macpherson ended the letter hoping that the war would end soon. What did Macpherson think? Macpherson thought that the war would end very soon. Both armies longed for peace and he was sure that they would be together again. What did Macpherson think? Macpherson thought that both of the armies wanted peace. Okay, so the war would end very soon and Coney and Jim would meet together again. Okay, now further what happened? The letter which was found by the author. Here we were reading the letter. The author was reading the letter in which the incident of the football match was written. Right? Now what happened further? When the author had read the letter, now when the author finished reading the letter, he put it back into the envelope. The letter ended. Now the author put that letter back into the envelope. He decided to give the letter back to whom it belonged. Now what did the author decided? The author decided that it is better to give the letter back to the person to whom it belonged, because it was a precious letter which had some good moments in it. Okay, so it is better to give the letter back to the person to whom it belonged to. The address, there was an address written on it. The address was of Bridport, Dorset, okay, which was nearby to the author's house. So the author drove to that place. Drove to that place means he went there by his car. Okay, the author drove to that place. The house number 12 turned out to be burned out shell. What happened when the author reached the house number 12? He saw that the house was like a burned out shell. What is a burned out shell? Burned out shell means it was totally burnt. It was very badly burnt that it cannot be replaced or renewed again. Okay, so when author reached Jim's house, he saw that the house was totally burned out. It was found that Mrs. Macpherson was in the house when he caught fire. When when the author reached Jim's house at Dorset, house number 12, he found that the house was totally burnt. And when he asked the neighbors said that when the house caught fire, Mrs. Macpherson, means Coney Macpherson, was inside the house and the fireman had got her out just before the house got fully burnt. Okay, now Jim Macpherson was not there. So Coney was 101 years old and she was in a nursing home because she was alone. I told you Jim was not there, and so Coney was in a nursing home. And now Coney was 101 years old. Okay, now after knowing, when the author came to know that Coney was in the nursing home, he went to meet Coney to the nursing home. He went to meet Coney. Okay, he met the matron. Matron is the head of, you can say, head person in the hospital. Okay, he went and met the matron. He asked the matron about Mrs. Macpherson. What did matron say? Matron said that she told the author that Mrs. Macpherson was rather confused that day. Okay, she said, this means the matron told the author about the condition of Mrs. Macpherson. What was the condition of Mrs. Macpherson? She said that Coney was a bit confused that day. Okay, they had put her in a conservatory. Conservatory is a place where you can look after a you can say ill person very easily. Okay, so the matron said the matron said that Connie Macpherson or Mrs. Macpherson was put in a conservatory. The author found Mrs. Macpherson sitting on a wheelchair. Naturally, she looked up at the author vacantly because she didn't know, na? And she was 101 years old. She didn't know who had come to meet. So she looked at the author vacantly. Her eyes lit up when he called her Connie. When the author called her by the name Connie, she was like a bit lit up. Lit up means her face smiled. Okay, and gave her the letter. The author gave the letter to Connie. He told her that how he got the letter. The author told everything to Connie. How did he get the letter? From where did he get the letter? Everything. But she was not listening to him. But Connie was not listening to anything because she was 101 years old, a bit means too much old. So she was not listening what was the author was telling. She reached out and caught his hand. What did she do? She stretched out her hand and took the hand of author in her hand. Her eyes was filled with tears. She started crying. Her eyes was filled with tears. She felt that her Jim had returned. She was waiting for Jim. Right? When the author came to meet her, gave her the letter, she thought that the author was Jim Macpherson. But it was not true. It was only her intuition which was telling her. She said that Jim had kept his promise. She only said that Jim had kept his promise that he would come on the Christmas and he had returned on the day. She made him sit beside her. Connie made the author sit beside her. Okay, kissed his cheek and talked long and lovingly to him. And she kept on talking lovingly to the author, thinking that he was Jim Macpherson. She said that she had got the best Christmas present in the world. Okay, and with this she said that this is the best Christmas present she had ever got, because she didn't think that her husband Jim would come to meet her on the Christmas day. Okay, but it was not Jim Macpherson, it was the author. But she thought, because she was old, she didn't recognize the people. So when the author gave her the letter, talked to her, told her about everything, she thought that it was the Jim, his husband himself, who has come to meet her. Okay, so this was the story about the best Christmas present in the world. Okay, in the next session we will see the exercise of this chapter. Till then, keep this story in mind, because as now you are in 8th standard, the question answers which would be there, most of the time they will be in the form of comprehension. Comprehension, you all know, a passage would be given upsides and below there will be some question answers which you have to answer. Okay, with this we come to the end of this session. Till then, study well, take care of your health. Bye.